Everyone, welcome back. This is Jury Garage. I'm Davis, and this is Tristan here. We're going to be continuing with our Turbo 3800 Fiero swap today. We have a couple of exciting things to work on. Last we left off, we were working on the transmission here. So I had a question and a lot of info about what kind of differential I should go with, the option of welding the stock open differential. It is rear wheel drive, so it wouldn't be, that bad other than, having to go around corners and the tires fighting each other and skirting, chirping and all that. So not great. It'd probably be most reliable. Then there's the Quaife option. Tristan actually has a Quaife LSD in his Bonneville.
Expensive, very expensive.
Very expensive, but the best.
Yeah, not the greatest option, like if you're going for budget, but the best option.
Yep.
Very pricey, very pricey.
There's a LSD insert, which basically is a 2 pieces of metal and a spring in there. It'll push these spider gears out, or I guess these ones. It'll push them out. I don't know exactly how they work, but basically these spider gears will just be pinned against there and it'll pin the 2 axles together. And it's supposed to be good. Team Green makes them. Phantom Grip makes them. They're the quote-unquote inexpensive option. But just doing some research, even back when we were looking at Tristan's Quaife, we decided not to go that route because the spider gears aren't designed to do that from factory, and it introduces a lot of metal shavings. And I even read at higher horsepower levels, it will just blow through it. You won't get the traction benefit, so you're basically just grenading your transmission with them. So this left me with the OBX option. So this is a helical LSD. It's a copy of the Quaife. You take one of these apart, it'll look identical to a Quaife, which is crazy. So I got this guy, and we're gonna take it apart. These are Chinese and much cheaper than the Quaife. So
Where'd you buy it?
This unit I bought off Walmart. So you used to be able to buy them off eBay. A lot of other part resellers, throughout the internet would have them. I actually think they're just discontinued. They're not discontinued on their website. OBX's website shows that they're quoted at $711. Most people online on eBay reselling were $400 to $600. You can get this for $124 right now on eBay, or sorry, on Walmart. Basically $175 shipped if you have taxes in your state. So $175 to my door. I think that's pretty good because the LSD inserts are over $300 and they can grenade your transmission. The welding differential, that is free, but then you have the headache of can't do sharp turns easily. Just be terrible, really annoying for daily driving. I'm not daily driving it, but street driving it'd be terrible for. And then the Quaife LSD, which is $1,200, $1,400, over $1,000, just no matter what. And these transmissions are only $500 or less, depending. So you're in double your money for a differential, and if it ends up breaking or something else breaks, you're just out a whole bunch of money. I'd rather be out $125 than,
Dude, you should buy another one.
Actually, not a bad idea.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good idea because, they're not supposed to be that cheap.
Yep. So these things, again, they're Chinese, so they make rebuild kits for them. I forget his name, Richard Bryant, I think is his name. He sells new hardware and new bevel washers or Belleville washers, whatever they're called, or wavy washers that go in here. So I'm gonna take it apart and inspect it. Basically, the quality control compared to Quaife is much lower on these OBXs because they're Chinese. There's a lot of horror stories online. So I'm taking the gamble with it. I think it's gonna be fine. And if it blows up, it blows up.
And it was only $170.
Yep.
Less than an insert.
Yep.
Be.
Definitely. Half the price of an insert.
Which is laughable. How could that possibly be that cheap?
Yeah, I think at lower horsepower, anyone doing so if this is a buyer's guide for anybody, if you're just doing a standard supercharged 3800 swap, you're not doing anything crazy, just gonna be making 250 wheel horsepower, maybe 300 at the max.
Well, if you're trying.
Not such a bad idea for the Team Green LSD insert. They'll probably be fine at that power level. I know Garageless, I think he uses one of those in his, and he made 700 horsepower, but he had to take it back out, I think. I don't know. But don't quote me on that. Just from what I've read online, it's probably not the best choice because no matter what, even at the lower horsepower levels, you're going to be introducing metal shavings because the spider gears are going to be pushed against the differential case on the inside. Right in here, they're going to be pushed up, right there and right here, So we have a couple things we need to do here. We need to take this apart, rebuild it. We have the new hardware for that. Then we need to pull the bearings off the old differential, retrieve the shims, because this is shimmed inside the case. So there's proper engagement up and down with the races. I think this is the only set that has shims, so we're just gonna start with this one. Then we have new bearings to press on here, which I do not have a hydraulic press, so we're gonna try it with heat, a hammer, and a wood like 2x4. We're just gonna, hammer that on and see if that works. It'd be great. And then we're gonna transfer the ring gear. So this guy here, 10 bolts. Just take the ring gear off. Oh, it's heavy. I did already test and remove one of these, and we got new hardware because these bolts stripped or something, that whoever installed them didn't do it right, or they're torque to yield. I'm not sure.
They don't look good.
Yeah, they're not good. We'll show you guys what we mean. All right, guys, I got the OBX case split here. So one thing I noticed is like the casting compared to photos I've seen online is actually very good. Like the photos, I'll try to put some on here. You would see where it was machined, it would be grooves. Like the machining was just not good. This is almost a polished finish, which is something I've never seen on these in photos. Also, one thing that happens when these are assembled is these gears, you see how they have, well, these are just completely different. In the past, they would have one side where this hole would be bigger than the other side. So you'd have like a small hole and a big hole, and they'd be mix matched throughout this entire thing. Like they'd be upside down or, the wrong way. The orientation doesn't matter, but it just speaks to the quality control that they had where things would just be all messed up. So I'm gonna take this apart and kind of keep it together here so you guys can see the process. So we have this center gear.
Oh boy.
Put that back in there. So center gear, it's got a splines through it for the axle. We have all these helical gears put up here. And these helical gears on top only go in on the top. They don't fit in down here, so you can't mess those up. Some assembly lube on this. Also, these gears are, again, identical to the ones in a Quaife, so you could actually take a Quaife apart and put it in here, or vice versa, take an OBX apart and put it in a Quaife.
So why is a Quaife like 15 times more expensive?
Quality control and materials. Like, this is supposed to be stainless steel, which I'm sure it is, but like all these other stuff, like who knows the material of the gears and everything. So here, you can hold this.
Put a magnet on it.
So these are the bevel washers. This is the same through a Quaife as well. Let me just line them up. But these, I notice, are orange or coated or something. They're supposed to come black. So, and the ones that originally came in these kits, people would complain about because they were so brittle. Like you might even get a new one and take it apart and they'd be cracked or in the wrong orientation. These go in a specific orientation. It's gonna be kind of hard to describe.
Oh, whoa.
Yep, so it's like a spring basically, it compresses.
That's
and,
weird. I've not
so,
seen that before.
Basically it's facing inwards, facing outwards, facing inwards, outwards, inwards. So I'll basically just put a diagram on the screen of how these are supposed to be. So this was correct from Quaife, or from OBX, which is nice. Also, just the fact that they're a different kind, they're these coated ones. Maybe their quality control improved and these are actually strong. Still gonna put the rebuild kit ones in, but something to note. They say that you could even, some of the older ones, you could take with a sledgehammer on the ground and break them, or put them in the vise and bend them, and they'll hold the position you bent them into, which is not supposed to happen. These are supposed to be really strong spring washers. So I'm actually gonna try it. I'm gonna try like bending one in a vise real quick.
You better hope that it don't do nothing.
Well, oops, I'm not gonna use these. I'm like the rebuild, I have new ones. I'm not gonna do it on one of my new ones, but it seems pretty strong. I remember watching a video of someone doing this and it just like crumpled. So maybe they are a little bit better, who knows? Squishing it and see if it holds its shape.
Which, it should do exactly that.
Which it did, and that was fine.
Okay, well.
I literally seen someone put one of these in a vise, flatten it, and it just stayed flat. That's like the lowest quality possible.
Yeah, that's
and then,
not what you want.
Let's just see if we can smack it.
I think you just hit the concrete, did you not? Yeah, there you go, you got it.
It left an indent in the concrete.
Oh, you definitely got it there.
It's holding up. So I would say these are probably good, but I'm still gonna use rebuild kit ones.
Yeah.
We will toss that over there.
Yeah, we don't need that where we're going.
Yep, and then we just have the bottom gear here, just the opposite of the top one that contains the two. Down in here in particular, the machining was just so bad on some of the other ones I've seen. Every single edge that these would sit in, the gears, the helical gears, every single edge would have burrs, but you can see it's been chamfered even. Like the material's been removed, so that is like smooth. This again is almost a mirror finish. I'm not seeing any bad machining, like maybe there's a little bit right there, but this is like way better than what I've seen on all the other ones online. Like maybe this is a gem, maybe this is just them fixing their quality control near the end. Like again, I can't find them other than Walmart.com, you know? So
Do they not sell these on their own website anymore?
I think they just post the serial number and then like the, you know, what is it called? And then they post the serial number and the recommended MSRP, which is $711.
Yeah, you should put the pictures up on the screen of what the pictures you have.
Yeah.
The quality, bad quality.
Yeah, because they're bad.
And this looks nothing like that.
Yeah, so this is a good sign, and it makes me happy about my purchase. So I'm gonna put this together here. If you wanna grab that again.
You buy that second one and it's like fucked.
Yeah. Now we have these metal washers. I should actually check the thickness and see if they're like thicker than the ones. Oh yeah, they're thicker.
Is that good?
I mean, thicker washer means it's gonna be stronger, you know? Get a measurement on these. So zeroed out millimeter. So the stock ones, 1.15 millimeter. The new ones, 1.4 millimeter. So we get like 0.35 millimeters more, or 0.3 millimeters more, whatever. Math. It's thicker, so that should be stronger compared to the stock ones. Even though the stock ones seem a little bit better, they're still trash.
Goodbye.
So let's go ahead and get all these out of the sandwich bag. Put them in the order that they go.
You just know that by, offhand?
Yeah, memory.
Okay.
Just like that. Cool. I'm gonna put a diagram again on where it's supposed to be. So put this guy in, put this, basically put the washers in. I have to line up everything. This is gonna be the kind of struggle. Maybe I'll just put this in first. See, that won't go in because it's the wrong one.
That's good. Can't believe how like easy those mesh together.
Yep. There we go. Then we get the top cap gear on, spline it through. Yep, and then basically the case, when we bolt it on, it'll compress those washers.
Ah.
And then we just got the top guy here, which, yep. All right. And then there's only one orientation this goes in.
Is it because of that dowel?
Yeah.
That dowel right there.
Yep, so dowel hole there, to the dowel there. Yep, and then I will just get it started with the new hardware. We'll torque these down. I might need to put this in a vise to torque it down, but this is 12.9 hardware. The stuff that came on it, also 12.9 hardware, but who knows the Chinesium grade 12.9. To me, they actually look identical. So, better to use the, new hardware regardless.
Yeah. Yep, agreed.
Now we just crank it to 3.
Give it some ugga-duggas.
I'm basically just gonna attach it down and then
just snug her up.
I don't want to cross thread anything. Alright, let me get the torque wrench. We're gonna torque this at 28 foot-pounds. Which is put in a nice.
Here, get something to protect it.
Alright, yeah, let me get a rag. We're out of rags, guys. Can you guys go pick some up from the store?
Yeah, guys, can you please go get some rags for us?
There's one tiny.
Maybe some brake clean too?
There we go.
I feel like it should be a jury rig motto at this point that we never said it's the right way.
Yeah.
Nice. And you said 25 foot-pounds?
28.
28 foot-pounds. That's all she needs.
So, got the differential all torqued together, 28 foot-pounds. I marked it with marker. This is something you should also probably just do. Just make sure that it splines up with your axle. And it is. I feel the splines.
Yeah. Would hate for that to be in the transmission, and then you figure it out that it doesn't actually work.
Yep. Just one of the axles go in. So this unit's ready to go. We're next going to take off the ring gear. This will be kind of violent, and I hope nothing bad happens as far as these bolts coming out because they are a little rough coming out. I actually want to grab a rag to hold on the ring gear.
Yeah.
Because it's going to want to spin.
So you're gonna torque the new ones that good, right?
Yeah. So I mean, come and look at these. Some of these aren't bad. Like you can see where it's more silver. It's rounded off the thread. This one's actually pretty clean. I can still see some marring on it, but I still just bought new hardware because I'd have to clean up all these, and then that might involve,
yeah, you can
chasing
tell.
the threads.
There's
and
metal on those threads.
And if you chase them, you're removing metal technically, and I don't want to weaken this at all. Better to just, you know, go with some new ones.
Yep, we just actually went to the hardware store and got new ones.
So it seems kind of pressed on a little bit. I'm just gonna get a dummy hammer and just kind of knock her out. All right guys, so what I did is I just got the socket, sat it on there. So it was basically like that, and I just knocked the ring off. So we'll clean up this ring here. We can transfer it over to this guy, but I'm gonna do that part last.
Yeah.
Just so it's easier to hold this thing when we're putting the bearing on. So yeah, this ring gear looks all good. Kind of concerning how tight it was on there. Maybe it was just like friction welded on from all the age. Let me just see if this will slide on real quick here. Worst case scenario, we heat this up and slide it on.
Right, barbecue.
Yep.
We've done that a time or two.
Oh yeah, that'll be fine.
Yeah,
basically, I'll just
fits right on.
I'll get a bolt started and just slowly anchor them down, and that'll bring the ring gear on.
That'll be good. Damn, that's a nice fit.
So now, we need to get the shim that sits between the differential and this top bearing. This one will be easy. This one will be hard because the surface that this sits on, there's a lip here. We can't get the tool over. Basically, when it comes down, it'll prevent us from doing that. So if there is shims under this that we need, we'll need to kind of get creative to remove it, which means either taking an angle grinder and taking this lid off, which I would hate to do that, but I want to keep this differential in case, you know, or just as a spare, if I ever want to do a welded differential. So yeah, I'm going to see what we can do. We can also try destroying the bearing to remove it. That's kind of last option. But we got our bearing puller here. Pretty simple design. This should just zip right off.
Oh, do we have that piece of metal?
Oh yeah, we do need that.
Oh, here you know. There you
Brake
go.
pad.
Just have a brake pad lying around.
Oh no, it needs to be smaller than that. I think we just need to get a big socket or something. Okay. That's fine. All right, and there's a shim.
Nice one.
Just one. So I really hope this is just the one we need. And we just put it on the side that is opposite of the ring gear. Oops. Basically just goes on like that.
Yep. Let's hope.
So, let's take this off. Yeah, you'll be destroying your bearings when you do this. The cages.
Ooh, boy.
Messed up. So we can also show you why this is a problem for the other side.
Well, if it's gonna remove, or if it's gonna kind of destroy it anyways, it shouldn't matter. Then maybe two pry bars.
I know.
Really go at it. Yeah.
We're gonna put the camera down, guys, and we're gonna try to reef on this thing. See if we can get it come off.
And we'll
maybe get some heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be right back. All right, guys. So we just destroyed the cage off of it. We just pried it with the bar, and that allows us enough space to get our smaller pulley just under the lip of this. So we tightened it really hard. Hopefully this will hold on to it.
Well, we're about to find out.
I did like brake clean under there and just kind of look to see if there is a shim, and I believe there is. So we will want to ideally retain the shim, you know, for proper engagement and the transmission, you know, gear mesh and all that. I think no matter what, it would be fine. It would just be loud, you know, if we didn't do this.
Yeah, just not optimal.
Wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, we want this transmission to be happy.
Yeah.
After putting this work into it.
Nope.
Hell yeah. No? Oh, it slipped?
Yep.
Maybe we ugga-dugga that down even more.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Damn.
Is it even coming up at all? So guys, we're gonna continue with this, and we'll be back.
Yep.
Gonna figure this out.
1 week later.
It's moving.
Just a lot of heat, and just clamp in the vise. It's all you needed, guys. It's probably really hot though.
So it definitely could be the heat.
Also hand tools.
It could be the fact that he's using the hand tool over the impact maybe. But it's coming off nice and clean. You can see like the bend in this tool because of like the only 2 points of engagement on each side that it's using. Dang, got it.
Oop. So there's a shim. So glad we did that.
That's important.
Gonna be hot, I think. Yep, so that's important.
Yep, that's what you needed.
Cool. These are from the, like, there are methods to just check this yourself and buy spacers. You don't need to remove all this stuff. So your best bet is to just take what the factory put in it, and as long as the differential is the same, which I've seen people measure these and they are the same, and we can try and measure it ourselves with the caliper, but as long as the measurements are the same between the two differentials, the shins that came from the factory are just gonna be close enough.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and put these guys on. I think I'll just start with the non-ring gear side first. So here you have our washer on here. We'll go get the new bearing and see about hammering it on very
Gently.
professionally. But yeah, this ring is thicker than this one. I don't know the meaning behind it. Also don't know why you shim both sides and not just one, but I guess you just do what you gotta do to make it work, right? So we have our new bearing right here. I have another bearing. They're just two different brands off Rock Auto. I just bought which one was cheapest, and I'm reusing the races that are in there because to replace the races, I feel like is, I don't know how easy it is. I think they're like pressed in or something, but it's not the worst, you know, the worst thing.
It looks like it's almost like a...
It's basically just what fits in there.
Okay.
So without further ado, we'll try putting this one on.
Wait, what? That wasn't supposed to happen.
That's all down.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Dude, that just slid right on.
Can
Easy
I'm
pass.
like, can you just slide it off again?
I don't want to because
Yeah, I know.
it's stuck halfway or something.
That's crazy. What the hell? It was not supposed to be that easy. Damn,
I couldn't even get it on before it was heated.
Right.
That's all it needed, like literally like 2 minutes of heat, and then it just slid right
You didn't
on.
even have to smack it on.
No, I didn't. That was like the 54 tooth reluctor wheel on your LS.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we had a barbecue heat that one, but you know, we don't talk about that.
Is this on here good now?
Try pulling it off just slightly. Oh yeah, that's on there.
It's making full metal contact, so.
Yeah, flip her over. Let's get the other bearing and just like just demonstrate by trying to put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and try and put the bearing on. Yeah. Okay. So it does not go on.
It actually started going on by itself. By smacking it.
But it's pretty snug.
It's a pretty snug fit. Like,
Now let's see what it does with the heat. That was actually pretty fucking cool.
Think it's hot enough?
Yeah, probably. It's about the same amount of time we did the other one. Wow.
Well.
Wow. That's nice.
I didn't smack it on.
Cool.
Nice. And we'll just leave that for a sec to...
That was pretty fucking handy. Honestly,
I was kind of stressing that a little bit. Like, is this really going to be that easy? And we're going to have to go get a hydraulic press. No, you guys don't need to.
you know, I said that this isn't necessarily the right way. I see nothing wrong with that at all.
That's perfect. I mean, the barbecue for your LS reluctor wheel.
We don't talk about that.
That was the real deal.
That was sketch.
That's how you do it.
Oh man, thank God we didn't catch that on video, guys.
Yeah, we did.
Did we put that in the video?
Of course. It's the legit YouTube way of, if you guys don't know, on, like, I'm just pointing at this motor, but an LS,
Yeah.
you know, much like an LS is 3800, it needs to record the crank position and cam position. So how they do on the LS is a ring on the back of a crank. The Gen 3 had a 24 tooth reluctor wheel. We were working on a Gen 4 truck. Didn't realize we put a 24 tooth reluctor wheel on a Gen 4 truck. It just won't start with that. So we're like, damn, we need to buy a whole new crank, or we need to buy the reluctor wheel and swap it. So we're just like, okay, you can buy a reluctor wheel for like 50 bucks. You literally just heat up the 24 tooth reluctor wheel, knock it off the existing crank, put the reluctor wheel, the 54 tooth, in a barbecue, heat it up to about 500 degrees, slides right on, let it cool down, and it's pressed on now at that point. It literally slid on, no drama, and he's been running the car for like 10,000 miles now.
Yeah, that.
And there's been no problem. Like, people are saying like, oh, if it's off by a little bit, you know, it just won't start, it'll be bad or whatever. Like, GM manufactured it to be within like 0.0005 like thousandths of an inch or whatever.
There's no way we got it to that.
There's no way.
To that effect.
We got it pretty damn close, but like, it was eyeballing it.
Yeah.
Like, we used a Sharpie and just marked where it should be in the position. So, but it runs, so this is the approved way of doing it, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's worked time and time again for us, actually, so.
Yep, now I just gotta get these. Gotta get some permatics. I got the high strength removable. I'd probably recommend you guys just use the blue thread locker, but you know, whatever. All right, guys, I'm just gonna line her up the best I can. Where's my hammer?
Where's me mallet? Precision. Bang.
All right, guys.
You got it.
So basically, you put the ring gear on as like close as you can to the holes, and then it's gonna be a tight fit. You could probably get the ring off and just reorientate it. What I did is I got it close enough, and then I just got this rubber mallet and I started like whacking the gear and rotated it on the differential. So now I can get a bolt in and hand tight it. So I'm basically going to hand tighten all of these, get them all started, and then I'm going to just sink them down with the impact here just a little bit, and then we're gonna do the final torque. Guys, got all these on, just all hand tight, threaded. They go in super smooth. We got the orange Loctite on all of them. The ring just fell because it's perfect fit. Just as long as there's no like tension, it's not difficult to turn the bolts. You know it's gonna be lined up properly. Do not force these bolts, you will strip the threads. That's probably what actually happened with the last set of bolts. The ring wasn't perfectly centered, so when they started like running them down with an impact, it just F'd them.
Right.
So, yep, we'll go ahead and just start getting these. Super easy. All right, good enough.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have to get this on the bench, and I don't know how we're gonna torque this down, to be honest. Now I'm looking at it, so we'll have to figure that out. Just to get creative with the vise, I guess. But I'm actually gonna test fit it real quick in here. I just wanna see how it looks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't have such an easy area to grab anymore. Oh Jesus.
What was that? Oh,
Just some
Jesus.
bearings.
Oh no.
Let's grab those.
Well, we'll get that later, but not optimal. So yeah, is it splined in?
Yeah. I don't want to turn it because we just
Right.
all those. Hopefully those are magnetic. I can just get the thing.
Yeah. We'll be right back, guys. Damn, I'm surprised. These things just clip in.
Yep.
Because of what Davis said is,
They just sit in this, like
Right.
once it sits down.
so it traps them in there, but like,
Yep.
I'm still surprised. You should just bump them.
Normally
like you
it'd
did.
be something like this, you know.
Right.
It's
All right.
whatever.
Well,
But now that this is all together and there's no, you know, engagement looks good. Like, what more could you want?
Right. Looks good. It sounds good.
Yep. So
It meshes well.
we'll go ahead and start torquing these down, and we'll basically be able to put this guy on here, get our anaerobic sealant.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to torque that guy down.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of tough, but we'll get to it. Watch your knuckles, boy. And this is 54 foot-pounds. Yep. All right. Yeah. All right.
By the way,
Torque diff.
I noticed. Damn, this thing's heavy.
Yeah, it is. Actually,
It's like a little piece of metal right in there.
Yeah, I'll
that's
clean-
from the original transmission. Like,
clean it up or something. But yeah, I should have weighed these. You know,
yeah,
that would have been interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna clean up these.
like that feels like it's like 30, 40 pounds just in that little thing.
So that was just a little piece of magnet, I think.
Oh, is that a piece of magnet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
There's a magnet in the transmission that kind of broke, so.
Okay, okay, I squished it.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay.
Alright guys, so we have this seal that needs to go in here, but you basically have to destroy it to remove it. You gotta drill a hole and then get like a bearing puller. So I tried getting a piece of metal to weld on there, but it just makes it too hot, and this is a rubber seal on the edges. So I did tack it on. So on the back side I put RTV, and then on the front I'm gonna put JB Weld. Maybe some RTV and then JB Weld, I don't know. And then RTV on the edges, and I'm gonna retap it in there. I don't have any JB Weld with me today, so we're just gonna put this in later. But I did put RTV on the side because the side's gonna face oil. This one's be resistant. So we just have the throwout bearing spacer. This spaces out the throwout bearing. Pretty self-explanatory. I also have a seal I think I need to put on it to just see how this is going to go, or, you know, where.
That looks like a nice piece.
Yep.
So like anodized aluminum?
Surprisingly from ZZP.
Oh, they sell a Fiero part, huh?
Yep. Well, this isn't Fiero. This is like more so just this transmission specifically.
Ah.
So
you said there's possibly a seal?
there should be. Oh, maybe I need to remove the seal on this and then.
Because it looks like there needs to be one there.
That's what I'm saying.
Or maybe that butts up against that. That would make sense, right? No, turn around. That would make sense if it butt up like that, right?
No.
No? Oh, weird.
So I think I need to. I had a seal somewhere. I have a longer bolt for it. I'm gonna try to get organized here somewhere. I have so many parts, guys.
So many parts.